Hit the button.
You want bread? $3.
You are now listening to the Sportz Nutz.
We did it, y'all. We made it. It's Friday. We did it. We hope you guys had a fantastic week. I want to give everybody a congratulations. You made it to Friday. Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Sportz Nutz, y'all. Matt, Shane, everybody, we're only 2 away from the big 200. Matt, what does that symbolize to you other than the fact that we are so old we're farting dust that we're about to be at 200 episodes?
There we go. I need to shorten up the intro for next season. That's what I need to do.
I like that intro.
It's kind of long.
No, I like that. I love it. I've had people think that's the best intro that they've ever seen.
Well, we got to add like 4 more people in the next intro, so it's gonna be crazy. But nah, man. Hey, man. Yeah, 200, man. Gosh, man. I remember back when we were early in the single digits, dude. Well, right? Double digits for me because I came at like 20 something, right?
Now you came at episode 4.
I came at episode 4.
Yeah, you've been with us since.
Like I said, 4. Back in the single digits, man. I remember way back then, man. But you know, man, like I said, man, you just do it. We're just having fun doing it. Although life might come here, we just do it. Consistency. That's all we gotta do is be consistent, and then we shall prosper. But yeah, man, I'm digging it. 200.
Hey, we did it though. Hey, I got a really cool story to tell you. You guys remember we had Coach Nicole Dane, the head women's softball coach for University of Texas A&M San Antonio? I want to give a shout out to her because this is what's really cool. She is sending Addison merchandise, autographed memorabilia, and some tickets to go check out a softball game. So really cool that she's doing that. So shout out to them. All right, so I want to give another shout out to everybody who is listening to us live on 95.5 KFCE in Terrell, Texas, and on TigerNation.live, which airs in Texas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, as well as everywhere else in the entire United States, and now the 38 other countries we air in the world. Thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot to us. We hope you guys are ready for a jam-packed episode. My man sitting right next to me, my daughter's godfather, Mr. Matt. What's up, man? I ain't seen you in a hot minute.
Yeah, man, been out and about, man. Just got finished celebrating the Hong Kong New Year. Wow, I'm about to get thrashed. The Mongolian New Year, man. Just got finished celebrating that, man. Me and the missus went out and celebrated that, man. And so, it was good. It was nice. It was fun. A new experience, man. Different cultures, but we did it, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, really, man. It's awesome. Our newest guy sitting right below me, Ben Willis, man. Unmute your mic and tell everybody hello, sir.
Yeah, who's that guy?
He's a new one. Ben's our newbie, man. He's a newest. Oh, so glad to have Ben here. All right, our guy's sitting, well, kind of sort of caddy corner right there. Shane Owen, what's going on, man? Happy Friday. You made it.
Oh, yeah. We made it. It's Friday. The week is done and the weekend can start. As you see, I got Miss Lily behind me.
The Lily Lisa.
The Lily
Yeah.
Lisa. I love it.
So I want to wish everybody a National Happy Pets Day.
That's right. That's right. It's National Pet Day. And then, ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, look who has returned. The prodigal son has returned. Brian Pettit, what is going on, man? How are you doing?
Nothing much. Just a busy week. Easton's been sick. We've had things to do with Savannah this week with school and everything because she had to sign up for next year's high school classes for next year. So that was all fun. So, that had to be due today, even though that she's in the 8th grade. They've already said, all right, turn in your schedules today. So they had to do all that for high school for next year.
God,
Fun times.
I'm not looking forward to those days. I know Matt's definitely not looking forward to those days. Matt's going to be kind of closer than everybody else, except for Brian, because Brian is the oldest one. But Matt's knocking on the door with his daughter. She's about to be in middle school, or maybe she already is.
No, she's 10 right now. She just turned 10, so she's in 4th grade. She will be in 5th grade next year.
Yeah, 6th.
Then middle school comes.
Oh man, I have 4, and I'm not looking forward to that one.
I bet you're not.
Oh, guys, so we have a really solid episode lined up for you. Thank you guys for everybody tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. All right, so the first thing we're going to definitely talk about is the college softball rankings are out, and there's some pretty good names in there. Some common names, obviously, but I'm going to show the list in a little bit, and then I want you guys to tell me, what do you think about this list? Is there anybody you would like to put on the top 25? We'll talk about that in just a minute. This comes out of the NFL as well as college. Northern Illinois head coach Thomas Hammock is leaving Northern Illinois for where? We'll talk about where he's going, his impact that he'd left with Northern Illinois, and what is to take shape in this upcoming season, as they're now officially a Mountain West Conference football only member. Chicago State has finally announced their first ever football schedule. There's actually some pretty good matches on there. Unfortunately, I don't think Chicago State's going to do much the first couple years, but we'll get you guys the thoughts on that. We'll show you the schedule in just a minute. And now the Creighton, yes, Matt, the Creighton Blue Jays have made heads turn again. This time they upset the number 5 ranked who? We'll talk about that why. And then I'm going to ask all you guys to think about, name one of the most famous Creighton Blue Jays that you can recall. Matt, I know you know one right at the bat, so just hold off on that one. Now, this one is going to stump everybody, and I already have got a lot of pushback from this gentleman in the caddy corner, Mr. Shane Owen. I guarantee this is going to stump all of you. I want to test everyone's knowledge of baseball. Now, this is still lingering with me. We saw the Oklahoma softball win 34-0 against UTEP, University of Texas El Paso, if you don't know what that is. But I want you guys to think back. Listen to my words. What was the largest margin of victory overall in college baseball? And it did happen in everybody's lifetime. On this panel, I guarantee you everybody has seen this. So we'll talk about this in a minute. And then Shane will have a sports story. Matt will have one. I have a quick sports story. And then we have our favorite segment, the honorable mentions. What we do is we give you 1 to 3 sports stories that usually the mainstream media doesn't cover enough of or cover in general. So we keep you informed. And we have you, the most interactive fans there is. Oh, so excited. All right, guys. Let's dive into it. And now, Matt, Shane, everybody, I'm about to put these pictures up. Make sure it's the right one first. Yep. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
All right. This is the first side. This goes to number 17. And then there's the reverse. So look at the first. Here's the first of the rankings. Now, I'm going to start with you, Shane, because you are my baseball, softball dude. You're my guy. All right. You see the top 17 right here, and I'll add the back half in just a minute. What names stick out to you most on the top 17? Going based off of what you see. Oh, you're muted.
Well, so, you see the usual characters up there with, University of Tennessee, Texas, Oklahoma, Texas Tech now is at the top. Either they've been there or they're in the conversation for it, or have the highest paid roster on the field.
God, that's so bad to say.
But they're always up there, and also that Florida's a surprise team to see up there that high this early.
And here's the back half from 16, officially 16 through 25. What names stick out to you the most, Shane?
Oh well, of course you see those three names: Virginia Tech, Clemson, and University of South Carolina. Those three stick out to me. Homer and a big Hokie fan anyway. So, uh, but uh, but man, just looking over this whole top 25 list, do you see that there's not a single non-Power Four conference team on there?
Yeah, that's pretty sad to say that too. And
That's what surprised me most about this. In general. But to see some of the teams, that are good, and some of them like Nebraska, that they've played a lot of tough opponents early this year already. So it's great to see that we're having these early invitationals and stuff like that to kick off the season and get some great matchups instead of just some warm up stuff, kind of the bringing on.
what about you, Ben? You just heard what Shane said. There's not really any big. But look at the schools that have received votes. I mean, you're talking Central Florida, Grand Canyon, Auburn. Heck, Charlotte is on that list. What are your thoughts on this list overall? And would you maybe consider adding somebody to that list, or would you leave it alone?
I'll be honest. I think I'm kind of surprised at how high UCLA is, and Nebraska as well. I mean, I understand Nebraska's played a lot of good teams, but I mean, they have a lot of losses for a team that's as high as they are.
Yeah, six.
I mean, you
Six
can talk
ranked
about
or six with 4 losses is crazy.
yeah. I mean, you can talk about quality losses all you want to, but a loss is a loss. Last I checked, a loss is a loss whether it's by 1 or whether it's by 15. Um, I mean, it doesn't matter who you lose to as well. I mean, they could play Florida 4 times in a row and still lose all 4 times. It's still 4 losses.
Yeah.
So
no matter how you look at it up, left, and right, it's still spelled LOSS, loss.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of shocked at how high Nebraska is for sure.
I agree. What about you, Brian? You see this list, and it's an intriguing list to say the least. And we've heard both Ben and Shane say that there are some actual surprises on there. Which one sticks out to you? Like, which one are you saying, man, that's pretty shocking?
Like LSU and stuff, because LSU is usually at the top, and they're 7-4.
Yeah,
and that they're usually right there at the top. And if you look down at like Oklahoma State is 6-4, you got Clemson
Clemson
6-4. Why are they not? Why are they lower? They need to go lower than what they are. So Tennessee is number 1. So that's pretty awesome that Tennessee is in there. They're always the big hitter in softball. So is Florida State.
UCLA,
Stanford, UCLA, Oregon. Oregon's just typical.
Oregon has always been in that mix, always.
Yeah. And Arizona, you got to think about Arizona too. They're pretty good too. But
Arizona used to also be the softball champions.
The one thing you don't see is like Stanford, where they're top 10. They should be higher than what some of these other records are too.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what they're basing it off of.
That is always the pondering question. Matt, you've seen this list. I know you're not an avid softball player, like fan. I know, but I know you know the gist of it because you like sports. That's obviously why you're on the show. But which ones are you sticking out the most in your mind, saying, man, like, why are they beyond this list? Why are this team so low? Why, as you heard Ben, Shane, and Brian have all said, why is this team so high? Like, which one is sticking out to you most? And you're saying, huh?
Actually, what's sticking out to me most, man, are those mid majors that are creeping towards the top 25. I mean, like you're showing on the bottom of the graphic, teams like UCF, Charlotte, Michigan State, Florida Atlantic. They're pushing on Power 5 teams already. It shows that parity is rising fast in college softball and softball. That's kind of what I see. But also another thing I saw are the Arkansas Razorbacks, man. They're looking kind of scary dominant. I actually went back and looked at some of the highlights, looked at some of their box scores, and then just see what they were doing. I think that I saw something that they were outscoring their opponents. I think like 82-12 or something crazy like that.
That's insane. It's absolutely insane. They are running gunning for sure.
Yeah, man. I think Arkansas is, man, quietly, they're the most dangerous team out there right now, man. LSU is off to a shaky start. Their SEC expectations were much higher than where they're at right now. And Clemson,
everybody,
right. And Clemson struggling early. Clemson was supposed to be like top 10 locks, but instead they suffering multiple early losses. They had that run rule defeat versus Arkansas. They're dropping fast, man. They're dropping fast in the polls, man. So I think Clemson was probably the biggest shocker or biggest early disappointment. But like I said earlier, man, those mid majors, the pressure that they're putting on the Power Five already, man, this early in the season says something. It says something about the parity in the league.
Absolutely. And definitely tip your cap, Salt, to Charlotte. I mean, to be honest, Shandy, you know this answer more because you're right down the road from there. Who sits there and says, man, I'm looking forward to going and seeing Charlotte play? I mean, their football team is abysmal. Their basketball team is par at times, and then they look like they're an absolute joke. But then now you're talking softball. They're getting in that repetition of recognition. What do you? I mean, is that strange to sit there and say that Charlotte is finally making a name for themselves in some sport at least?
Well, it's it's fun to see because as Matt alluded to, the mid majors that are coming up through the ranks. I mean, Charlotte had another big win today. I forget against who, but they're playing good ball. And I mean, as Matt also said, the parity in college softball, it's where the NIL money is. It's where you're going to star the play and stuff like that. And Charlotte, the Queen City is lively, so it's not a bad place to be to start with.
Yeah, you're right. It's not. We're not definitely not dogging it, but I mean, just to give another example, by the way, folks, we did mention Oklahoma. How they absolutely thrashed or throttled, or whatever you want to call it, UTEP. How about this? They're up, and this is. At what point do you say enough is enough? They're playing Copen State right now, and Oklahoma is up 22-1. So do the math. They've scored almost 60 runs to allowing 1 in the last 2 games. That's insane. So yeah. All right, next topic, guys. Let's talk about it. This is coming out of the college ranks and the NFL ranks. The former head football coach at Northern Illinois, Mr. Coach Thomas Hammock, he has accepted a job to become the next running backs coach / senior offensive assistant for the Seattle Seahawks. He's done a lot for Northern Illinois. And they did announce they've already announced who is going to replace him. Don't ask me because I can't remember his name, but Northern Illinois, as you guys know, we've talked about this a lot. This season coming up is the first they're going to do it. They're no longer part of the MAC as a football member. They are now officially a part of the Mountain West Conference football only membership. With this coach, now look, this coach, he has pulled up amazing upsets. Y'all remember a couple years ago, Northern Illinois upset Notre Dame at Notre Dame. So I mean, he is a very good coach. Matt, what does this signify for Northern Illinois? Do you think Northern Illinois is going to take an absolute drastic step back? They're going to stay the same. They're going to get better. What do you think is going to happen now since Coach Hammock has left?
It all depends on what the new coach is going to do. If the new coach is going to actually keep their same system and just kind of build upon a system, I think they'll be okay. But if the new coach wants to instill his new system, which is probably what's going to happen, if he wants to instill his new system, and new plays, new playbook, all this stuff, they're gonna struggle, and I don't think it's gonna be as good of a season that they previously had. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Again, it all depends on what the new coach wants to do.
And from what reports are, is that the new head coach runs a system similar to the air raid attack For those who don't know what the air raid attack was,
they're going to struggle.
Just Google Mike Leach. Great offensive mind, terrible on defense. So it's actually Sean Frazier has been promoted. He has promoted the defensive coordinator Rob Harley to the interim head coach. He runs a similar version to the air raid attack. Again, if you don't know what air raid attack is, Google Mike Leach. That'll tell you right there. Hal Mummy. He runs back a lot of what Hal Mummy did, and Hal Mummy, one of the most amazing offensive-minded coaches that ever played the game and coached in general. It's strange to the fact that we're even mentioning Hal Mummy all this time later, but we'll see. Ben, what do you think? Do you think that Northern Illinois? Do you think they will? I mean, last year they finished 3-9. Do you think they're going to do better? Same? What do you think is going to happen next season for Northern Illinois now that Hammock has left?
Well, I'm not quite sure how it could get much worse. I mean, going 3-9 is pretty bad. I mean, let's just keep it real. But I mean, there's no doubt he had a solid tenure. I mean, before last year. But I think the departure from Northern Illinois to Seattle, I feel like, I mean, I'm obviously not involved with the program at all, but I feel like there had to have been some mutual kind of agreeing there. And the reason I say that is you go 3-9, man, I don't care what program it is. I feel like there has to be a level of, yeah, maybe it's time to move on kind of mindset. And now that said, I feel like there's always growing pains with any new coach. It doesn't matter what the program is, doesn't matter who the coach is. First year, 2-3 years is always definitely some growing pains. And I think the fans should definitely be patient accordingly.
Well, think about the microscope that Coach Hammock had underneath him also. You're right, Ben, for the fact that he went 3-9. It's getting a little uncomfortable. I mean, they were ranked at one point and then they fell off real quick. So you got that on top of the fact that you went 3-9 last season. You started out great and then you fell down at the end of the season before. So that seat's got to be a little uncomfortable. What do you think, Shane? Do you think his seat maybe got just a little too hot for his britches? What do you think?
Well, I think that, but Hammock did come from the NFL to college, so I think there was a want for him to go back to the NFL. So I do agree with what Ben was saying. It's kind of a mutual agreement, like, hey, you're not living up to our expectations in the current climate of college football. If there's another job out there, pursue it. But in that same sense is, what are we going to see from the Huskies this coming year? I mean, they're always known to have a tough Power 4 kind of non-conference schedule. I mean, you see they go play at Iowa and then at Arizona a couple weeks later to start the season this year. So it's going to be interesting to see. We're talking about the new interim coach, the defensive coordinator, Rob Harley. He's from the Mike D'Antonio, Pat Narduzzi coaching trees. So they're going to have defense, and Northern Illinois has always kind of been that hard-nosed kind of defensive team. So we say it all the time. Defense will keep you in games, if not win them for you.
That's right.
But it's going to be very interesting to see how the squad responds with the turmoil this early. Especially after the transfer cycle and everything else like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what players decide to leave and decommit because of this issue. They have 14 days to do so.
Yeah, 14 days to do
I
it.
believe. But it's going to be very interesting, and I'm ready to see it, especially with them changing conferences over to the Mountain West.
I'm not gonna lie, Shane. Your picture behind you, I swear I saw that flame move for a second. I was like, wait a second, because what you did was you moved just enough, and it blocked it just enough for that flame. I thought it was real for a second. I was like, whoa, talk about CGM for real.
3D
yeah,
AI.
Yeah.
No, but
live backgrounds now.
There you go. I will say this, and then we'll move on to the next one. Northern Illinois, I'm excited for what they can bring to the Mountain West. And it's not much you can say about the MAC. I mean, I feel really bad for what Sacramento State is doing. They're spending $25 million to not get a return on investment. And they're traveling almost 3,000 miles to play one opponent who they'll absolutely destroy. Although I would really laugh if UMass goes 1-11 and the only win they get literally is against Sacramento State. That would just be the creme de la creme on that. But, I think this is a good move for Northern Illinois to leave the MAC, give them opportunities, give your players chances to experience what it's like to play in a bigger conference, have a better opportunity for more exposure to potentially go to the next level in the NFL. And Coach Hammock is a great coach, really good guy. Doesn't answer worth a darn because it took me forever to get a response out of him. But I think we'll see a 5, or maybe we'll maybe even see a bowl season. I think they'll go 6-6. That's their ceiling is 6-6. Their floor, 2-10. That's a real possibility, and that's hard to say. But the competition they're going to face is a lot more fierce compared to your MAC. And and I'm not dogging the MAC. We know this though. The MAC is not traditionally known as the perennial powerhouse. Which, before I go to the next topic, did you guys happen to catch the press conference from Sacramento State's athletic director? Did you hear how much he is projecting revenue to increase? $675 million for the MAC. And here's the next thing you guys can say.
I believe it. I believe it. They got some big backers coming into the program.
But it's the MAC. And if the MAC was going to generate $675 million over 10 years, why aren't they a Power 5?
But also, aren't we talking about Shaq? Is he putting his money into the program?
Everybody is.
That's probably about $600 million out there.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, and you get their head coach is Mike Bibby from the basketball program.
And he's the other 75.
Mac and Shaq. So.
Mac and Shaq. You heard that too, Matt. You just heard that. Ben said that Bibby is the other $75 million. But shout out to Mike Bibby.
People forget that Shaq's son does play on Sacramento State right now, along with that social media guy from a few years ago, Mikey Williams. Was a 3-star recruit, was hired, bigger recruit than that, but got into some legal trouble. Ended up having to settle for Sacramento State with Mike Bibby. So, hey man, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. And is $650 million over 10 years really a lot for a program when you break it down? It's only like $65 million a year when you break it down.
But Matt, think about this: the Mid-American Conference, their highest paid team is not who you think. It's Central Michigan. And you already hear how much they get paid? According to 24/7, they bring in an annual revenue of $21 million. That's from all that's from all their sports combined. $21 million. So you're going to sit there and tell me that Sacramento State, who is paying $25 million, they're not accepting any money from the MAC. They're not accepting any TV revenue. They'll be on TV. But then also you have to a minimum of a 2-year ban before you get the chance to go into any bowl game. At that point, you have 3 years left on your deal. What are you hoping to gain out of this?
You know what? Congratulations for such a great deal for those guys. 65.
Congratulations for the MAC, not for Sacramento State.
Well,
4 years ago, would you think that James Madison would be in the playoff?
Yes.
Them just coming into the FBS.
Yes, I thought they were the bleep in the FCS level.
I mean, they also put up a lot of money to get there with new facilities and everything else before you could officially start paying the players.
Yeah.
But get it twisted. They were gifted the playoff spot.
Yeah, they were gifted.
Well, I mean, we've argued that already before, but when money comes in, money comes out too, and we see what it can do to a program, even in a short period of time. So, hey, best of luck.
Yeah, definitely. Tip your cap. So funny to say that. Tip your cap, and there's so many random like malarkey little nuances that are going around. Sacramento State traveling to play Ball State. Do the acronym. I'm not going to say it because it's a G-rated show, but just kind of put what the first word and of each school's on there, and you kind of All right, let's go to the next topic. Chicago State. They have announced their first ever football schedule. There's some pretty big schools on here, but I'm going to show the schedule. Oh my goodness, it's the whole screen. Look at that. I'm so proud of that. Look at this schedule, and I'm going to go right away to you, Brian. Now, I know you don't know a lot of these teams, and that's fine. Don't feel bad. Not everybody understands FCS, and some of these teams are D2s, some of them are D3s. It's really to who can give the most money. But what game do you think could technically be a trap game for Chicago State if they say they came into it and they're having a great opportunity, but then you have this one moment where you're like, and they fall flat on their faces. Which team on this schedule could you see that happening?
I want to say North Carolina A&T.
Wow,
that
okay.
would be a trap game. Also, you got to look at the bye week too. Their third game is in a bye, so you never know. Floyd,
do you recognize a pattern though here?
Yeah.
Do you recognize a pattern on this schedule though?
Yeah, the Northfield State, that would be a big game too. Kentucky Christian would be a big game. That'd be a home. So it's a little pattern there, but yeah, it could be devastating, to Chicago State football in a way.
Shane, you see the schedule. You see some of these names. What do you recognize?
Oh yeah, well, what I already know and what you alluded to already, it's going to be a tough road to hoe for these guys for the first ever season. But they have some games against some decent teams. UT Martin is a decent team and has decent talent. Tarleton State is always a good FCS school, perennial playoff team in the FCS. So that's going to be a tough game for them. As Brian mentioned, the game against North Carolina A&T. I think it's going to be a tough one and kind of be a measuring stick to where they are, kind of midway through the season as well. But of course, I already said it. I'm a homer, so that Norfolk State game is what I'm going to highlight. See how Vic does. Especially since it'll be their first year, and all we can say is best of luck to the Cougars.
Yeah.
So, Matt, I've asked Shane and Brian, what are your thoughts on this schedule? Like, what real? And I want you to be realistic. You don't have to say for bleeps and giggles. Be realistic. What do you think their record would be based off of this schedule?
Based off the schedule, it'll be 3-7 or 4-6. Let's be honest here, guys. I don't see any back-to-back home games. They play 5 road games. They got multiple long trips. I see Texas, North Carolina, and for a starter program, that is very demanding. The best, when I see the best chances to win, I can see them probably beating maybe Roosevelt, Kentucky Christian, Virginia Lynchburg, and swing game, maybe Butler. We'll see. But everybody else is a loss. I'm sorry. Everybody else is a loss. And it's first-time program, man. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay if it's a loss, man, because you have to remember the goal isn't wins. It's program survival and legitimacy before joining the NEC in 2027. So,
Look, hey, man. Matt. I love this. Matt, I'm so proud of you. So the hardest team on this schedule is Tarleton State.
Yes, it is.
Because Tarleton State, this is their second to last year. They're playing in the WAC. They're moving to the Mountain West Conference. So it's going to be that's their hardest opponent. Well, also, if you guys notice, do you see any theme with this, Matt? Anything? Do you see a theme, Ms. Wellman? Do you recognize a theme with these schools they're playing?
With the schools that they're playing, those are all.
Please say it, please. I know you want to say it, Matt. I know you're going to say it. Come on. Begins with an H.
All North Carolina, Virginia.
Begins with an H. Has a B in it as well.
Oh, all HBCU.
Yep.
HBC.
Historical
HBCU.
black colleges.
Historically black colleges and universities. Yes, Chicago State is transitioning to an HBCU. So,
wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. So when you see like North Carolina A&T, that's an HBCU.
Yeah.
Lindenwood is kind of the same thing on there, as well as Virginia Lynchburg. UT Martin is also on there, but Norfolk State, yeah, with Michael Vick. Fort Lauderdale.
See some really good logos though.
Yeah,
there's some pretty cool marketing.
If you really got to sit there and say Butler's not really an HBCU, but Butler's going to be a good challenge for them. Realistically, here's what I think. I think they're going to win 2 games, and that's okay. That's 2 more wins that they didn't have before. So, shout out to Chicago State for introducing.
It's cold up there.
It is. Yeah. Shout out to Chicago State absolutely for this schedule. It's going to be a heck of a schedule for them. Congratulations on football. And by the way, a new record will take place this year, and then it's going to take place again next year and the following year. This year, there is 138 Division I FBS programs. Next year, it's 141. The following year is 154. So a lot of schools are moving up, and we have some breaking news. This is according to Central Florida. Joey Knight, he was the Tampa Bay Times reporter. He covered USF. Him and his family passed away last night. There's no more details, but they are. I'll show you the picture. That's him, according to Central Florida. Yes, he unfortunately has passed away. So we'll talk more about that next time. But I just want to say we had some breaking news. All right, so this next one, and Matt, I'm really excited to show this to you. Creighton is back, and they're turning heads the right way. This time they upset number 5 ranked UConn by a score of 91-84. So I want everybody to think back. I want you to think of a very notable player who came out of Creighton. There's a lot. There really is a lot. Also want to let everybody know we're still on that undefeated watch for Miami of Ohio. But this got me thinking that, at this part of the season, could we see an upset of quote unquote biblical proportions and see Creighton somehow get a really good seeding in the NCAA tournament? So Matt, I'm going to go to you. I want you to think, and I know you know this answer because you're going to pop it. You're going to say his name right away. Who is the most notable Creighton Blue Jay that you remember?
Well, there's two of them, man. Can I say both?
Yeah, go ahead. Say them both.
Yeah, man, you got the ultimate Creighton guy, Doug McDermott, and then you also got Cal Corver.
I'm so proud you knew those names. Oh, I love it.
Oh, man, come on, man. Two great shooters, man. Two great shooters. Cal Corver did a little bit more in the league, but Doug McDermott had a solid run in the league too. Man, he had like a solid 8-9 year stretch in the league. Good run.
Does Doug McDermott still do stuff with ESPN? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I think he went back to coach. Because his dad was coaching in Creighton. His dad was the coach.
Still coaches.
Still coaching. Who's the one that?
I think he went back on the staff. I think it's someone to the staff on coaching for a little bit.
Because Doug McDermott. I think he's coaching there at Green Bay.
Is he? He might be.
Because I remember there was some controversy mentioning about him and his coaching techniques.
But Doug was man. Doug was a great scorer in college, man.
He was vital to that Final Four run that they had.
Yes,
Brandon. I'm saying name. I want to see if this name rings any bells to you. And I say it because I actually ran into this person. But Taylor Coppenrath. Do you know that name?
Oh my God. Why does that does sound familiar? Why does that sound familiar?
I know it sounds familiar.
Oh my God, I recognize that name.
I know it sounds familiar, man. Taylor Coppenrath, man.
Tell me why that sounds familiar.
Oh, well, he played basketball for Vermont. I think it was Vermont. This is back like maybe early 2000s.
He was the one that put him in the NCAA tournament, wasn't it?
Yes, he was.
Dang. Wow, that's a blast from the past.
Big guy.
You ran into him?
Yeah, man, big guy.
That's like running into big country. Oh God, man. Could you imagine running into big country today? That'd be ultimate. Oh man, what do you think, Brian? I know you don't know a lot about Creighton, and it's okay, it's fine. But think about some notable Blue Jay players that came out of there that have played in the NCAA tournament in the NBA. I know it's going to take a little bit. It's okay. If you don't know any, just say if you don't know any, just say you don't know. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know any of them. I'm
Okay.
just trying to think. I think Creighton will actually make the NCAA tournament, and it would be a higher seed, and they can be dangerous going into this tournament. Really dangerous because they did it last year almost, and they shocked some team from last year, and I had them in the top 16 last year. I forgot where they finished, but I think Creighton can actually do it again and make a good run out of this tournament. It depends on how healthy they get, you know.
Yeah, it's true. And look, Matt, you know this too. Shane, I guarantee you know this. Creighton always makes some interesting splash moves when it comes to the NCAA tournament. So, Shane, you heard Matt say the two. Do you know any other potential big names that played at Creighton?
No. Whenever you think Creighton, you think of Dougie McD and Kyle Korver. You know, that silent 3-point assassin type, you know, shooter. I mean, and you guys know it well. His time with the Hawks, he just spot up right there at the, you know, kind of offset from the top of the key and just fire away. Not even look like he was jumping.
Kyle Korver could shoot from anywhere, and he'd make it some random. He was insane. Matt, I know you remember this. Now, Ben and Brian, I don't know if you guys remember this. And I know Shane remembered this too. What did Kyle Korver do for the Atlanta Hawks that was so memorable, Matt? You know this answer, but it was when he played for the Atlanta Hawks. What did he do that was so memorable that it's even mentioned to this day, and it's been over a decade?
What was that? I think the 10 points or something.
11 points in 60 seconds.
Yeah, man. I'm reminiscent of the. Not like the Tracy McGrady 13 points in 30 seconds, but
Kyle Korver. I remember Bob Rathman saying, Kyle Korver, bang, he shoots 3. And he goes, and then you hear Dominic Wilkins, it only just takes one. And then he goes, let's do it again. Does it again, then again. And then the fourth one and said, let's get this place cracking. Here we go. And then bam, hits that one again. And you see Jason Kidd on there going, great. That was by far the best reaction ever. But shout out to Creighton. They're absolutely I think they're going to make headways. I could see them as high. Matt, I could see them being a 5-12. That's how sneaky Creighton gets into things. But realistically, I can see it being between the 7 and 10. What do you think?
I agree with you, man. But again, we never know, man. The way these guys, the voters, the way they think, man, the bracketologists, whatever, however they think, you know. But I could definitely see Creighton kind of falling in between there. Either way, you know, Creighton's going to be a tough out for anybody, no matter where they're at, man. So, you know, always well coached, well disciplined team. They got the respect of their head coach. They respect their head coach because he's a legend. So, you know, man, they'll run through a brick wall for him. So they're going to play defense. They're going to hit their open shots. Those are the two things you know they're going to do. So
it's gonna be a lot of fun on that one. All right, so you know, we're talking about you know, softball. We mentioned it recently, we mentioned at the start of the show. In case you guys didn't pay attention to what we had said, Oklahoma laid an absolute hammer on Texas El Paso. They won 4-0 in softball, and now they're up over the scores final with Copen State. They won 22-1. So in 2 games, they scored almost 60 runs to allowing 1. It got me thinking, and I know the answer, and whatever answer you guys think you know, it's not, I promise you, because I'm going to stump each and every one of you on this. What is the largest overall margin of victory in college baseball? I mean, it's not, doesn't have to be specifically just for Division I. It's for the overall. So I'm gonna go to you, Brian. I don't know if you saw that slide I showed you guys at the start of before the show started. Who do you think, or what do you think that score was as the largest margin of victory?
Largest margin of victory. It would probably be, I'm going to say 70 points or more.
Yeah, you saw that slide.
No, right. I didn't even see it. But I think it's in the 70s.
What do you think, Matt?
I have no idea, man.
What do you think? What do you think? What about you, Ben? What do you think?
You mean 70's high. I'm going to go closer to like 47, 48.
So you're close. I know where you're going, but that's not the answer. Shane, I want you to tell everybody what you think the answer is.
I can remember a few great upsets here in the most recent years. Tennessee a couple 3 years ago beating Iona 29-0. Coastal with a big win over George Mason. I think that was like 26 or something. George Mason, they scored 23 runs in one inning last year to beat a team by 20 runs or something like that. But man, I'm going to go by the record books against two teams that were in the same division, and that's Division One, and that's going to be I think it was March 16th or 13th, 1999. When Nebraska beat the aforementioned Chicago State by 47 runs in a 50-3 ball game that set records in the NCAA record books for most runs, margin of victory, RBIs, and runs scored in a game.
I like where you're going, but it was not that. That's Division One. That's the most ever by a ranked.
Well, you didn't specify.
I did not. I said overall, didn't I?
Yeah, but
I said
Morris
what is
Division
the overall
largest
largest
Division One team playing a Division 2 or 3 team. So
no, both these two teams are Division 2. So it is the largest margin of victory overall in college baseball. So Brian hit the nail on the head. It is 70. But here's the proof. The largest margin of victory in college baseball is 70 runs. It was set on April the 2nd, 1996, when St. Francis, Illinois defeated Robert Morris of Illinois 71-1 in a 4-inning game. In Division 1, the record for largest margin of victory is 41, which you just said, but it was that was actually achieved. This is it. The largest margin came as far as a blowout. Georgia Tech won 41-0 over not even Earlham College in 1975. Didn't really count.
Largest shutout.
But the largest margin of victory overall over any division is in fact 70 runs by Division II St. Francis over Division II Robert Morris.
Yeah.
So
I'll just go by the NCAA record book.
That is an NCAA record. That is NCAA. That is NCAA record.
No, it's not.
Robert Morris is in the NCAA. St.
book.
Francis is too. They're both in the
book.
NCAA.
Not
They're
the
both
book.
Division II. Division II is still the same.
Hey, everybody out there, please go look up the NCAA record book and let me know what you see.
But back then,
here's what it said. Back then, here's what I want you guys to hear the wording on this. Like I said, okay, I said overall. I did not specify it's Division 1, 2, 3, NAIA. I did not say that. I said overall. And the largest overall is 70 runs when they won 71-1. So it is the largest one.
Those are when you're talking about Division 1, Division 2. You're talking about two totally different leagues. It's like basketball. It's like basketball. And Division 1 basketball is a totally different league than Division 2 basketball. It's a totally different thing.
I would argue with that one.
I'm not going to argue with that. I'll tell you.
I would. Reason why?
I will tell you why you can't argue with that one. It's because of the difference in skill and the difference in athleticism and the difference in coaching. Everything is monstrously. It's a separation. These teams are Division 2 for a reason, and they're lower division for a reason. You know.
So did you miss the memo? The fact that several Division 2 and Division 3 teams knocked off Division 1 in basketball this year?
Oh, when did this happen? Division 2, Division 3?
Early on this year. Actually, it was a total of 6 have happened. There have been 3 Division 3s, 1 NAIA, and then the others 2 were Division 2.
Who were the?
This was early in the season. One of them was against Pittsburgh. It literally started. It was the start of this season. We're not even 2 weeks away from the end of the season, but it was early in the season. A total of 6
again,
and we even mentioned it in an episode.
Even little brother beats big brother from once in a while.
But
a broken clock is right 2 times a day.
Did you? But did you miss that memo though, Matt? That anybody can win at any given time at any given level.
You have to really to be a Division 1 team and lose to a Division 2 team. You really gotta just not care because the talent discrepancy is that huge and that wide and that far.
I got one for you. Then you ready to hear this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Who is the the worst team to ever make the NCAA tournament in a single season.
In basketball, now it's crazy
from your home state.
I know because I remember because back then, if you just won the division, you're in the tournament automatically. Get the at-large bid. If you just win the tournament, you could be a 1 in 25 team. You win that conference tournament, you're automatically in.
You remember who that is?
I can't remember. I know who
New Jersey
talking
Institute of Technology.
Yes, NJIT.
They finished the season with no wins. They went 0-30.
And then they got hot.
And they won their conference tournament.
Yeah.
Went into they had to do the play-in, but they went to the NCAA tournament with 4 wins. And they played in the first 4 and they got absolutely destroyed, Matt. I know you remember this.
Yes, absolutely.
They got absolutely hammered.
But it's like remember when what was that team when Florida got hot that one year? What's that? Florida Gulf Coast?
Florida Gulf Coast, yeah.
Florida Gulf Coast. Remember when they got hot one year? But I mean, hey man, look, yeah, anything can happen, man.
Anybody could do it at any given time. But,
right. But hey,
that's why I said the overall. So I want everybody seriously tip your caps though to Shane. That's a good response. Tip your cap to Ben, to Brian, to Matt. Everybody, it was fantastic that you guys were able to think. I wanted to stump you guys, see what y'all thought. But the reason why I mentioned also is because college baseball, y'all, it's going to get good in a little bit. I'm talking maybe a week or two, and it's going to get really fun to watch. So shout out to everybody who commented on this. All right, Shane. Dun, 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 dun. The floor is yours. We would love to hear the sports story, man. Go.
Oh yeah, well, I got just a little sports story. Quick one. Wanted to shout out Lamelo Ball. Thursday night, NBA returned, and he came out and had 11 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, in an eventual loss to the Houston Rockets. But
don't forget 1 hit and run as well.
I knew Matt was going to say that.
Was involved in a little incident earlier that day, which from the pictures I saw, homers aren't made out of much anymore. But just going through that, I don't know all the details. Maybe Matt can fill you in a little bit more on the supposed details of the whole incident, but
alleged details that were clearly indicated on a video.
Innocent until proven guilty. but either way, to go through that and then come back and play it in the NBA game, kind of shout out for him for bouncing back pretty quick from that wreck.
I will say this also, tip your caps to the fact that you guys literally are only a half a game behind Atlanta for that 9th position in the playoffs. So as you guys also heard Marcus say, we can have it because they don't want it. So, all right, Matt, let's go to you. Tell us your sports story, sir.
Also, no problem, man. I kind of want to get you guys' take on this too as well, man. Because
do not say Bronny James.
We're not gonna dive into Bronny James and his excursions right now. But what we will do, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep the same sport. But I'm gonna kind of elaborate and talk about this real quick, and I want to see what you guys' opinions on this is. Everybody know the number. This is one of the best draft class that we've seen in a long time. With the top pick, Darren Peterson, he's projected to be a top 2 or 3 pick, plays for Kansas, and at first I didn't pay any attention to it because I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, okay, this kid is just trying to, not get hurt. But when you kind of do a deep dive into it, you start seeing and realizing that he's.
So you went down a rabbit hole then, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. He after today, and what people don't know is yesterday or the day before yesterday, Darren Peterson in the middle of a game, he hit a 3. Then he tapped his coach and said, all right, I'm ready to get out the game. And then he got out the game. So, and he sat out the game for the rest of the game as well. And the game
How
wasn't
much did he
over
get paid
yet.
for that?
So now you have everybody going against this kid and his team right now, man, as far as, accountability. But this is what these kids are going to do now, man, because once you get paid the NIL money that he's getting paid by the people that, attend those Kansas games, by the students there, they're funding his NIL deal, but he's only playing half the game. And the important games he doesn't even play in. Cramps, flu, upset stomach. I mean, this is what he's missing the game on.
Is he related to Anthony Davis by chance?
It's not related to Anthony Davis because realistically, he's not hurt. He's not physically hurt. He's just saying these things so he doesn't have to play, so he doesn't get hurt. So I kind of want to get you guys' take on this, man. Going forward, we're gonna start seeing a lot of kids do this. First of all, Dan Peterson shouldn't even be in college. He shouldn't be in the NBA right now. He shouldn't even have to play in college. And do you guys think we're gonna start seeing a lot of these players do this as far as kind of micromanage their gangs? Do the Kawhi Leonard, what Kawhi Leonard did.
If I had that happen to me coaching, I would kick you to the curb so fast you couldn't even
say Bill Self.
anything.
This is Bill Self, man. This is
I
Bill
don't
Self.
care, Bill Self.
No,
I don't care if it was daggum.
No. What I'm saying is this is Bill Self. He's a legend. He's one of the greatest college coaches of
I don't
all
care
time.
if it's Roy Williams.
And
if you do that, I'm not. Your butt is. If you decide to check yourself out because you score your quote unquote basket and then you don't want to show for the most important games, yeah, you're not. You're not on my team. Get off. Don't even wear the jersey.
There had to be some kind of discussion. There had to be some kind of discussion on this, man. Because I'm pretty sure if Kansas knew he was going to do this, they wouldn't have brought him there.
So I had a player. I'm not going to name the name. I had a player on this team. They went to one practice, and then they came to games, and it showed. You absolutely see it. But then they only showed up to 3 total games.
But here's the thing: Dan Peterson he's the best player in college basketball. I mean,
I understand.
Not even close.
I understand.
He's probably gonna be one of the most elite guard prospects to come out since
potential is everything, though.
So I mean, yeah.
Potential is everything. If you are not going to utilize your potential, get out of here. You're not worth my time. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh yeah, I can see it totally with some of these with NIL deals. I mean, we talked about this. With the NIL deal, you're going to see a lot of kids check out if they're losing. And you're like 1 in 10 or something going into it, the NIL can make a big difference in some of these players that are playing basketball. They're going to check out real quick, and they're not going to care. I mean, look at what everybody else is going to do, and then they're going to go to the transfer portal and play for a better team.
NIL and transfer portal have really ruined a lot of college athletics.
Brandon, here's something that you probably didn't know. Atlanta Hawks star Jalen Johnson. People forget he went to Duke, so he only played like the first 10 games, and he said, "You know what? I'm done. I'm gonna be a first round pick." So I quit. And he quit Duke in the middle of the season.
Ask me if I'm sold on him yet. I'm not yet. I'm getting there, but I'm there. I need what I really need, honestly, is Quinn Snyder to be gone. He needs to. I think Quinn needs to go.
I need to see this kid take over games. I haven't.
Yes, that's what I was just about to say. I need to see him be that driving force, that solid piece of whatever you want to call it for basketball for him to say. Yeah, then I'm sold him. But if you're just going to be just enough. Trae Young was just enough at times.
Well, I want to see what Kuminga is going to do.
Al Horford was at times.
Yeah, we're going to see what Kuminga does. If Kuminga comes in and be assertive and be like, this is my team, and because Kuminga has all the talent in the world. Kuminga is just as bit as talented as Jalen Johnson. I got him right here neck and neck. So we'll see. We'll see if what happens. We'll see what happens, man. But I'm not sold on Jalen Johnson yet, man. I want to see him dominate and take over games, like my boy, or like not my boy, but like the chosen one, LeBron James, like he did against the Pistons in that series, man. That's when he took over the game for the first time. Like you knew after he took over that game, and scored 23 straight points in the playoffs in the third or fourth quarter, 23 straight points to bring his team to victory and take out the.
He compared Jalen Johnson to LeBron James.
No. I said that's when you knew.
Go, Ben.
I said that's when you knew LeBron James. All right, this guy can take over a game against the Pistons when he took over in the playoffs. That's when you knew that. I haven't seen anything from Jalen Johnson like that. You see it from Kobe. You see Kobe right there. Games. You've seen all the greats take over games, but I haven't seen that from Jalen Johnson yet. So, I don't know if he has it yet or not, Brandon. I don't know if he has.
I don't either. We'll see. All right, so my sports story happened today, and I'm not gonna. I will share the video on Facebook, but I'm not gonna really dive into it. It's very gruesome. Polish short track speed skater Kamila Saylor was hospitalized after a competitor's blade off of her skate popped her in the face and sliced over her eye. It was. Oh my God. She's lucky she didn't die, because had it gone just a little lower, you're talking about the potential for hitting her throat. go a little higher, you can actually you can kill somebody if you hit just perfectly on the skull. You can kill them. So she is okay. Well, her eye is safe. She does have an orbital fracture on her face from it, and I promise you guys, when I post the video, it might get taken down just because it is pretty gruesome. I mean, that blade, it went perfectly. She's, like I said, she's lucky she didn't die. So that's my sports story. If you guys get a chance to go look, it is all over Twitter. It is on Facebook. I will try to upload it, but I'll just got to forewarn you, it is pretty gruesome. So yeah. All right. Now comes the ever popular segment. It is called the
Wah, wah, wah.
we need to get Brian, I know you created that. We're going to make it where it fits the whole screen. This is called the honorable mentions segment. So what we do is we give you 1 to 3 sports stories that usually the mainstream media doesn't cover enough of or cover, period. So what we do is we keep you informed, because that's what we do. We are the Sportz Nutz. Now, if you have any stories that you would like to share with us, you can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever. You can reach myself, Matt, Shane, Brian, Ben, our guy Mike from Pensman Sports. You can reach us and tell us, hey, why don't you guys talk about this? And we will most likely cover it. So that's what we like to do. So my first one is I got to give a shout out to this is the real of the news that has come out as of late. Now, it started in the Pacific Rim with Hawaii, but now the entire state of California, Wyoming, Washington, and many others, including the East Coast. Atlanta Metro will be the first set. Now, I'm really excited about this. The reason why I know about this too is because Matt, you know who he is, our good friend Bryant Moniz. He played for University of Hawaii. He coaches his daughter's flag football team. Yes, flag football is going to actually be a full high school sport over every state in the United States, including Alaska, is what has been reported. Even colleges are going to have the conversation about should they include flag football as a collegiate sport. Some colleges actually already have it. Well, this is actually really cool too. The NFL has already come out and said they would consider having a professional flag football league that would be a feeder system to potentially bring in NFL level talent. So that's really exciting news. So shout out to everybody who is a part of the flag football universe and having this sport grow the way it deserves. Everybody deserves to see the opportunity of every sport. All right, Shane, give us your first honorable mention.
My first honorable mention is going to be congratulations, Major League Baseball. It is spring training opening day today. It's always fun to see the teams out there and watch and see how they navigate the stars and their workload, and then how they get the prospects out there to evaluate and see what the minor league talent system is bringing up for them. So it's great to see that, and also great to see new faces. Or old faces in new places. I mean, see Pete Alonso first home run for the Orioles. So that's it's great to see, especially since he's not doing it for the Mets anymore.
Thank God. Just saying, thank God for that one. Ain't gonna see that mean old mug over there and throw it again, please throw it again. No, man, that's still a live in my mind on that one. I like it. All right, Matt, give us your first honorable mention. And if you say Bronny James, I'm going to throw a flag on you.
Oh, this was going to be a doozy, actually. Shout out or give honorable mention to the NBA for reminding us how utterly disappointing All-Star Weekend is. First of all, let's go talk about this atrocity of a dunk contest. I mean, was it really a dunk contest? Jackson Hayes was just so fed up with Higgins in a regular dunk and called it a day. It's stupid. They should have had Matt McClung come back. Matt McClung showed what kind of dunks he was going to do this year, and they would have won.
His story is crazy too.
Yeah, they would have won by far. By far, he would have won, man, easily. But the NBA players did not want Matt McClung in the dunk contest. Therefore, he was not put in the dunk contest. And also, that's not even a half of it. Let's crown a 3-point shooter who's not even playing in the league this year because he
has a torn Achilles.
And he comes through and win the NBA 3-point contest with a torn Achilles. Granted, it's Damian Lillard. I get it. We know Dame can shoot, but Dame hasn't played all season. He hasn't played a minute all season.
So why did he get granted into it is the question.
I think it's because he won last year to defend his title. I thought, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right. So, oh, wow. So we got an injured person coming and winning a 3-point contest. And then we have a kid who is
no name.
But you see, was he even all the way there? I'm not going to question that. But, hey, man, terrible, man. It was just a terrible show on the All-Star weekend. And the format for the All-Star game, it was what it was. The game.
Give it a scale rating 1 through 5. 1 being crappy, 5 being great. What would you give it on the format?
I didn't like the format. Let's just
I'd give it 2.5. I say 2.5 stars.
East versus West this thing out, man, like the old days, and just call it a day, man. East versus West, and
just as long as you don't score 387 points the first one game and 382 the other team.
Yeah. So again, man, shout out to the NBA for letting us know how terrible NBA All-Star Weekend is.
Love it. All right, Ben, give us your first honorable mention, sir.
I'm actually going to stick in the NBA, and I actually think the All-Star game. I think this year was the best it's been in years. But no, my All-Star mention or my first honorable mention, I'm gonna give a round of applause to the Boston Celtics. I feel like they're kind of being slept on. I mean, it's kind of amazing because they're the number 2 seed. It's how could they be slept on? But I mean, as amazing as they've been without Jason Tatum, man, it's been something to watch. They have 5 guys that are scoring 10 plus. Jaylen Brown is carrying that team, though. I mean, he's got almost 30 points a game right now. And you look at guys like Peyton Pritchard, man. He's that dude, man. He's got 17? I think he's averaging 17, 4, and 5. I think is what I saw. Peyton Pritchard is he's balling. He'll be getting a big contract at some point for sure.
I like it. All right, Brian. Give us your
my honorable mention is going to be the USA men's hockey team. They won today. So they're so they're going to try to go for the gold, I guess. So
either they are or they aren't trying to go for the gold. Which one is it?
Yeah. I think they're going for it.
Brian, we're teasing you.
I know.
All right, my second honorable mention, shout out to the movements that are going on with the new stadiums, whether it be in college or pro. The college stadium that just started to be demolished for a brand new one is Aloha Stadium in Hawaii, which like everybody knows, we're being flown out there. Well, the next one, though, is Central Florida. Central Florida's got a banging stadium. I'm excited to see it. Well, the NFL season, though, stadiums, they're all going crazy. And I want to give an extra additional shout out to Hammond, Indiana. They have enticed the Chicago Bears away from Chicago. Yeah, it's only 25 minutes away, but still, the fact that there is a really good probability we're not going to see the term Chicago Bears much longer. It'll be the Hammond Bears or the Indiana. It's just so weird to say that, but shout out to all the stadiums that are being retrofitted for doming and doing everything they can to make it, where they can host Super Bowls. I mean, you saw Washington Commanders Stadium is going to absolutely looks just it's odd shape. It looks like an alien ship. And then you have the Stadium of Tomorrow being built being renovated in Jacksonville. I mean, you have the Cleveland Browns getting the one that looks like a train station. It's just so interesting to see all these nuances of stadiums being built. But shout out to all the stadiums. All right, Shane, give us your next honorable mention, sir.
My next honorable mention is going to go to Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's going to resume his boxing career after an exhibition match this spring against Mike Tyson. Came out and said, at 49, he still feels like he can go out there and break some of these records. So,
I didn't realize he was 49.
Yeah. Shout out for the old man getting back out there. I mean, you see him and you know how fast those hands are, and as long as he stays in shape and all that, who knows what he could do. At least he's going into it officially and not going the Jake Paul route.
Well, he's also not, I guarantee he ain't got to worry about money either. So
how fast those hands were.
I know, right? I mean, he is going on half a century been on this earth. So just saying. All right, Matt, give us your next honorable mention, sir.
This was going to go to the BYU freshman AJ the banter. He broke the BYU freshman scoring record for basketball.
Matt, you forgot to include he's also the future Atlanta Hawk. Just
we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Hey, man, I'll take Darren Peterson. We need a guard. I think we're good on wings. We got Kuminga and we got Jenna Johnson. I think we're good on wings.
Who's the best overall, though? Who would you take?
Darren Peterson, so he can be our lead guard, man. You know, be that big Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic type point guard. That's pretty much what we're going for. And guys, you guys just don't see it. Every time a team trades away their star, they get the first pick in the draft. That's how it goes, guys. That's how the league goes. LeBron gone, first pick. Kyrie leaves, first pick. Luka leaves Dallas. They get first pick in Coop. Anthony Davis leaves, and no, they get first pick Zion wins. Guys, this is how the league works. This is all in the script. It's in the script, guys. It's in the script. So we will be getting the first pick in the draft. If we don't get the first pick in the draft,
it'll be going to Sacramento.
The first pick in the draft, Brandon. I don't know. We'll find something for me to have to do in here, but
I guarantee you. All right, here's what I would love to have. I would love Atlanta to trade somebody just to get Sacramento's first pick in the draft, because Sacramento, boy, they have got the absolute short straw and everything. They lost DeAndre Hunter to the rest of the season now.
Well, look, man.
Eye surgery, lost Domantas Sabonis.
Keep this. So Vlade Divac was in the office at the time. I don't know if he's still there. I think he left because of this.
Left.
But they were supposed to draft Luka Doncic second overall. But the coach didn't like Luka's dad or something to that exchange. They had beef. I played together and had beef or something, so he didn't draft Luka, and we know how that goes. They drafted Marvin Bagley, guys.
Ooh, that's a sexy name. All right, Ben, give us your next honorable mention, please, sir.
I'm gonna give a big shout out to Alyssa Liu, winning the gold medal in figure skating. It's the first time that we've had anybody from the U.S. win a gold medal in that sport since 2002 when Sarah Hughes won it. So big for the U.S. for sure.
Absolutely. And her story is amazing. Like, I didn't realize she was only 20. She retired when she was 16, and she came back and she did her thing. And I'm so proud of all these amazing athletes that participated in these Olympics. I mean, you have people. Look, guys, if it happens on Sunday morning by 11:30, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, if America wins, that's the first time that American hockey has won the gold since the Miracle on Ice in 1980. Do you remember you guys don't know this, but do you remember do you believe in miracles? Yes, that's it. That's the last time America won gold, was 1980. The last time they won a medal was 2010. When they won their silver. So it's been 16 years. So I love that. I love that shout out, Ben. That right there is that's a darn good one, man. Keep doing those. Oh, I love it. Although I hate the fact that we're saying goodbye to Olympics. Just breaks my heart. All right, Brian, give us your next honorable mention, sir.
I don't have any more right now.
Right now.
So yeah.
I love it. Brian, your responses crack me up every time.
I know that's what keeps it going.
My final honorable mention is going to be, it's a good one, okay? Do you guys all have a drink, by the way, just by chance with you? If you do, we're going to do a toast, okay? My shout out is, when I started this journey to host my own show, I knew it would be great, but I didn't know it would be this great. I knew it would grow. We were doing something different than everybody else. And then I brought in my team. This team that we have is absolutely amazing. We're about to hit 2 major milestones. The first one, we're about to hit 200. In 2 episodes, we hit 200 episodes. I'm really proud of that one. And then today, we officially hit 3,600 subscribers on YouTube. And that is amazing. I set out to have the end of this year, by Christmas of this year, to be at 2,500. We're only at 900 away. So we can do it with your help. So here's what I want to do. And everybody get your drink if you have one. And we're going to raise our class. I'm going to raise the first one to Matt for being my right-hand man. You know, I've known Matt for over 20 years. He is our producer of the show. Everything you see, except for the background picture, because that's from my brother-in-law, Seth. But everything you see, the shorts, the intro, the outro, everything you see, Matt is the one that creates it. Shane, for being my guy, he is the director of the show. He is also the general manager of the show. Everything you see, like way we go with timing, is because of Shane. Shane literally texts me and says, hey, we have X amount of time left. So shout out to Shane. I'm honored to have him be there. I'm honored to have Mike, our guy from Pinsman Sports, there. I hate that he's not here, but he had to work late. But he has definitely been a great addition. It's nice to finally have somebody else to talk about hockey. Him and I go like Pete here. Sorry, I got to quote Forrest Gump on that one. My next one I have to give a tip my class to is Brian, my Clemson insider. I don't care that some knucklehead called you a one-trick pony because you're a darn good one-trick pony. You know your stats like no tomorrow. I love it. You're my statistician. Ben, my newest member. Man, ever since you did the summer series with us with training days with the Sportz Nutz, it's always been a real treat. And I actually asked Shane recently when we could actually have you on. I literally texted him. It was earlier on this season. I said, man, we need to figure out when to get Ben back on here. He's like, I know. And this is my team. This is it. This is amazing. And also I'm going to tip my cup to Ralph Williams of RW Media. He is a part of the Sportz Nutz network. So I'm honored to have each and every one of you. So shout out to every one of you. And raising my glasses to you, my cup to you. And here's to the first year and a half, or actually 2 years now. And here's to the next 50 years. So cheers to you guys. And that was my final honorable mention. Shane, give us your final honorable mention, please, sir.
Well, I'm going to stick on the same kind of route of the kind of retiring note. Came out reports that Travis Kelce might not be done in the NFL. There's communication back now between him and the Chiefs about returning for another season. So, I think he might have a little bit left in the tank. So we'll see how it goes, as long as he doesn't, if he goes the Patrick Mahomes route and, does something cheap for the team to try to make it back. It'd be fun to see, but I like to hear that he might be returning, and it's in a positive direction now.
All right, I like it. All right, Matt, give us your final honorable mention, please, sir.
I don't really have a final. I don't have any more, man. But just happy to be here. For 200 episodes with you as well, Brandon. And for those who don't know, whenever Brandon, decides to shout us all out, man, that's just him saying he doesn't have any more out of it.
That's not true. I actually have another one I'm going to talk about.
Nah, I'm just playing, man. Nah, guys, we're ready to kind of, get this crack and ramping this thing up a little more and kind of ascending to new heights. So, but the thing to piggyback off of the Travis Kelce thing, man, that's interesting, man, because I would think he would want to at least sit out a year since Patrick ain't going to be there this next upcoming year, man. You guys, they're taking for Jeremiah. So, I mean, hey, man. And for those who don't know, Jeremiah Smith is the wide receiver from Ohio State.
He ain't gonna tank.
But they have to tank. They're not gonna win any games because Mahomes is gonna be there all year. Mahomes is going for all next season, so they'll be picking in the top 5.
We'll see. All right, Ben, give us your final honorable mention, sir.
Well, I saved kind of the best for last, and I think you could have almost put this in a sports story. I'm going to give an honorable mention to Lee Corso. He was, as you all know, he was a very popular talking head for College Game Day for 50 years, 40 years. I mean, forever. He was at a celebration of life for another prominent sports figure who some listeners may know by the name of Richie Adubato. Had his celebration of life on Tuesday. He was a coach for the Magic, and I believe the Milwaukee Bucks. I can't remember, but he was a coach for many years in the NBA. And he took a picture with Dick Vitale and Lee Corso, and had the celebration of life. And Lee looks pretty good. He seems to be making a lot of good progress. So shout out to Lee Corso, man.
I like that. I like that a lot. Hey, my last honorable mention, Matt, since you said I don't have any more. Did you guys happen to see, and this was actually really funny, and then the question he was asked, Mick Cronin kicked his player out of the UCLA did for a dirty play. He ejected his own player out of the game. And then it gets even better. By far, it's the press conference question of like a lifetime to be asked. So they're after the game, they're asking, "Did you hear the student section?" When he goes, the coach goes, "I could really give a rat's bleep about the student section," and that was by far one of the worst questions you could ask me. We're talking about the game, and you want to talk about a student section. Like that was by far one of the absolute biggest boneheaded questions. You know, that kind of racks up there. Remember, and you guys, I know you probably remember this. Do you remember when that female reporter asked Todd Bowles in the playoffs, they're going to Detroit, how are they going to handle the weather in Detroit when they're playing inside? And he goes, well, they play inside. So that's kind of like that same line frame. You know, look, I'm not saying journalists are perfect. We all have this most random questions we ask. Some of them are pretty stupid. It just comes to us naturally sometimes. I know that's true. We all have those boneheaded moments. I mean, I had a boneheaded question. I asked John Smoltz about what was it like to play baseball in front of your dad, and completely forgot that his dad has gone to every game. It was just the fact that they had focused on his dad. That was by far the biggest bonehead. So I've asked some pretty stupid questions, but that one definitely topped the list on that one. So I definitely laugh at that. But yes, shout out to UCLA's head coach for ejecting your own player and yes, he came back and apologized for that, but I wouldn't apologize. Well, no, dude, he did a dirty play. It
wasn't dirty. It wasn't dirty.
He pulled his head back though.
Did he? I didn't see. I thought he came back and he wasn't.
When he hit him, his head went like that, and that's why they called a flagrant on it. And his coach said, "Get out of here." He literally threw him out.
It seemed like he was going for the ball, but they were getting mollywopped.
Yeah, they were absolutely getting destroyed.
Yeah. So I can see the frustration.
The coach is the one that upgraded it to the flagrant too.
Yeah,
by kicking him out of the game.
He said, "Get out of here." He literally said, "Get out of here."
It was still only a flagrant one to start with, on the floor.
But he threw him. That was funny.
You gotta go.
Yeah, he's like,
"You watch. He'll hit the portal tomorrow. He's hitting that portal."
I guarantee you with that portal.
I think he lost his locker room with that one, man. Because I don't think he should have did that to his own player. I don't think he should have did that.
Yeah, we'll see, guys.
Yeah, we'll see.
This was an amazing episode. I had so much fun getting to be back with my guys, with my team, everything. It's a lot of fun. You know, we have a lot that goes around in on our lives. A lot of things that go along in our day-to-day functions, and to spend 90 minutes talking sports with my friends, it just absolutely as the creme de la creme. I love it. Matt, this was what John said. Well, it could be stars or downs, Matt. Plus, Mahomes is saying he's going to be right on track for start of week 1. I don't think
it's going to happen. Man, they'll shoot up his leg or something, dude. It'll be all right.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
That's
like saying Lindsey Vonn goes and, you know, if you guys didn't see Lindsey Vonn's leg, it literally is a bionic leg, and she posted a picture. That's like saying, here's your bionic leg, Lindsey. Go and run, go ski 150 miles an hour down a slope and be perfectly landed. That's kind of what it's like. So
the difference is Lindsey Vonn's like 45. So
she's 41.
Yeah,
same difference. You should see Alex Smith's leg, man.
Yeah,
that's how
that was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I want to let everybody know, here's what's coming up next with all of our upcoming episodes. We have an episode Monday, the 23rd. It is episode 199. We made it. And then the big one comes, episode 200. This episode is going to be a 2-hour long, especially because it is 200 episodes. Wednesday, the 25th, our good friend Tony Gladstone of Wire to Wire Sports Network is going to join us to talk about the World Baseball Classic, which starts in a couple weeks. He's going to talk about Major League Baseball spring training, what is the newest updates with the Women's Professional Baseball League, and a whole lot more. Can't wait to talk to Tony. And then Friday, the 27th, episode 201, we have our good friend Peter Blake from the Sports Web. He is going to come back and talk to us about the expectations for the upcoming NFL season, the NFL draft, and a whole lot more. Look, we have a blast talking to Peter. Peter's awesome. If you guys don't get a chance, go follow his work. It's amazing. We also have our good friend John from the Pitch Grid podcast will be coming on because there was some crazy story that just transpired. Literally, I think it was actually today, John, if I'm not mistaken, correct, that there was a y'all don't know Bobby Stroud. John, correct me. There was a crazy story that you talked about today, right? Let me know in the comments. But yes, John will be coming to talk to us on Monday. Really can't wait for that one. And then we have a lot more guests, but we just made the announcement actually today. When season 6 starts, season finale is actually March the 6th, Friday the 6th. We will come back on Monday, March the 16th. It'll be episode on, it happened on Thursday is what he said, sorry. But March the 16th will be episode 205 or season 6 premiere. I will be there, but I'll be limited a lot because I'm actually going to do something different. I haven't told them yet, but I'm going to tell everybody here. He's talking about thinking about Norwegian. It's actually really crazy on the story. So I'm actually gonna pass the torch to Matt, then to Shane, then to Brian, then Mike, and then Ben. I want them to learn to host a show in case I'm not here. These guys do great as it is. So during that time, you'll see I will be here, but you'll see, like, for instance, let's just say for Bleeps and Giggles episode 206, Matt, you're hosting the whole show. You're writing the rundown. So if that's like I'm talking like that, I will write the rundowns. I will still write the rundown, but I want them to be the ones to go the direction of everything. They're going to be the ones telling you. So that's just in case I'm not here. You are in excellent hands. I have 2,000% faith in Matt, Shane, Mike, Brian, and Ben. I have utmost faith in them. So I have a lot of fun with them. So with that being said, guys, for everybody who tuned in tonight, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot that you take time out of your busy schedules, and it would be on Friday, to come and hang out with us for 90 minutes. Matt, give your final goodbyes, sir.
Absolutely, guys. We got the weekend coming up, man. We got not too many sports things. We got college basketball, NBA games here and there, man. Just if you're gonna go out and drink, if you're gonna go out, guys, make sure you gotta catch an Uber. Make sure you have a designated driver with you. Last thing you want to do is be out there, drinking, got the whoops coming behind you, and and you're locked up for the weekend. So let's try to negate that. Let's go ahead and be smart and don't get flagged in the game of life. Message goes out to everybody: do not get flagged in the game of life. Follow the rules, guys, and enjoy your weekend.
When you said that, Matt, I thought of the song by Akon, Locked Up. They locked up, they won't let me out. I don't know. What is it with you and Mike that makes me think of songs? I don't know. It's so funny with the way you guys say things. Brian, give your final goodbye, sir.
Oh, I just want to tell everybody, NASCAR is coming up this weekend, like Shane likes it and everything. So I might do a little stream, this reaction, and on Sunday, or if they get to racing. I don't know if it's going to rain or not, but I just want to tell everybody, be safe, be kind, and love each other,
And don't air the national anthem.
Yeah.
With that being said, Ben, give your final goodbyes, sir.
Don't miss the Duke-Michigan game tomorrow night.
Exactly.
Matt said there ain't no good basketball on this weekend. He's wrong. Don't miss.
Matt, I was surprised you didn't say that either. Potential number one overall seeds in the NCAA tournament is Michigan and Duke.
It's going to be must-see television, man. Must-see television. It's going to be a lot of fun. But thank you all, everybody, for tuning in. It's a real pleasure to be here, and just to be here and laugh and talk with the guys every Monday and Friday, man. It's a real blessing. So God bless. Everybody have a good weekend.
Amen to that one. Stick around. Don't leave after the show ends. Shane, give your final goodbyes, sir.
Oh yeah, well, we made it, guys. It's the end of the week, and it's time for a weekend. I know my Sunday is going to be pretty packed, starting off about 8:00 with that gold medal match. Then the golf, the Genesis is going on, and then like Brian alluded to, NASCAR. So just everybody out there, we appreciate you listening, fans, listeners, viewers, everybody, like, follow, subscribe, share. We really do appreciate it. May the good Lord bless you. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
Peace, love, and bacon grease. And by the way, today we just hit our 200,000th view. So thank you again for that. We really appreciate it. So as I always tell you guys, peace up, A-Town, down Wise, the greatest sports day that ever was. You guys have a fantastic week, and we will be back with you on Monday. Until then, I want you guys to enjoy your family, enjoy your weekend, and enjoy this outro. Good night.